Dr. E.N.G. Marek Gruszecki. Philosophy of Being. Krakow, 2025. My 85th anniversary. Philosophical essay Does God Exist? Krakow, the 19th of April 2025.
The Essence of God, Part 1. God in history is a supernatural being whose existence is recognized by most religions. Monotheism is a belief that there is only one God. Polytheism is a belief in and worship of several gods, who are usually gathered into a pantheon of gods and goddesses. Atheism denies the existence of a god, while agnosticism proclaims the impossibility of knowing whether a god exists. The story of God in our language is difficult. The words we have invented to describe this world, used to describe that one, burst like soap bubbles. Perhaps, then, the fact that there's a God is already evidenced by the fact that man wants to ask about him. You cannot say anything about God until you have met him. How do you begin to look for him? Go to the forest. Contemplate the sunset or the mountains. After all, God is in everything he has created. He has left his footprints there. Traces of God can be found in the intelligent design of the cosmos. Countless examples can be given to indicate the existence of God's design. The size of the earth and the corresponding gravitational force ensure that a thin gaseous envelope is kept close to the planet. If the earth were much smaller, the existence of an atmosphere would be impossible. The earth is at the right distance from the sun, orbiting around it. If it were a little further from the sun, we would all freeze. If it were closer to the sun, we would be in danger of burning up. The earth also rotates around its axis, allowing the planet's surface to warm and cool on a daily basis. The impact of the moon causes ocean tides to form and move huge masses of water so that it is mixed. Water is colorless, odorless, and tasteless, yet no living thing could do without it. Plants, animals, and humans are mostly made up of water. Water is a universal solvent. It does not affect the composition of the substances it carries, so these substances can be easily absorbed by our body. Through the process of diffusion, water penetrates into the higher parts of plants against the force of gravity. Water usually freezes in the upper parts of bodies of water, and the ice layer floats on top of the water, so that fish are able to survive the winter. 97% of the Earth's water is found in the oceans. While this is saline water, there is a system for purifying and distributing it, which provides a condition for life on the planet. The complexity of the human brain indicates a higher intelligence behind it. The human brain has millions of simultaneous processes and an astonishing amount of information. It assesses the importance of all this data, filtering out the less important information. The Essence of God, Part 2. The brain stores and processes all emotions, thoughts, and memories. Could it have come into existence simply by chance? How can the origin of the human brain be explained? Subsequent scientific discoveries about man and the universe demonstrate even more clearly how intricate design is evident. The evidence does not undermine God at all, but argues for an intelligent source of life in the universe. However, objective premises are not everything. God exists. People come to this conclusion on the basis of personal, subjective contact with God. These people cite answered prayers and the specific, often amazing ways in which God meets their needs. We know that God exists because he seeks contact with us. Although in God's eyes we are sinners deserving of punishment, his love for us has prevailed. God does not force us to believe in him, although he could do so. Instead, he has provided us with access to many facts supporting his existence so that we can voluntarily respond to him. Since our knowledge of God is limited, our language with which we speak about God is also limited. Based on the sources of revelation, we can give 3 definitions of God. 1. God is the invisible Father of all people. 2. God is intrinsic holiness. 3. God is the one, supreme, unfathomable, and ineffable person who is simultaneously Father, Son, and Spirit. God is a supreme personal being, other than the world of which he is a creator. The living God, the eternal God, is not reached by reason, but by love and suffering. Christianity is not a witness view, but a relationship between man and the triune God. One can build a worldview on this relationship. The worldview of a believer and a non-believer is different. This difference can also be clearly seen in the time domain. The time perspective of the believer is temporal life plus eternity. The life of the unbeliever is only temporal. The long perspective gives meaning to attitudes and actions that are meaningless in the short perspective. In the short horizon, infinite and eternal things cannot be enclosed and grasped with the mind. God is always ready to accompany man and to instruct him on how to come to him, provided he wants to follow him. He who truly seeks God finds him. Man who reflects on his existence must determine his position as to the existence of God. The choice made affects the way he lives his life and perceives the world. There are three basic attitudes of man towards God: belief, disbelief, and indifference.
Conclusion. But Jesus, overhearing what was being said, said to the ruler of the synagogue, "Do not be afraid, only believe." Bible, Mark 5 verse 36. It will still be beautiful, despite everything. Just put on comfortable shoes, because you have your whole life to go through. John Paul II. Mathematics in nature.